Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's the brother Kalaya.
Brother Bayan.
Coming at you with another lesson. Prior to getting started, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to hopefully elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Alright, and this particular lesson is going to be following a current trend on social media, different news apps, and everyday talk, man. Alright? And what you have is a collective, and it's mostly the N-Dub who's proclaiming to do something if these food stamps don't turn on in November, alright? Because according to the news and different sources, government sources, alright, you have, of course, we in a government shutdown, right? But you have allegedly SNAP benefits, government assistance, which consists of SNAP, food stamps, WIC, things of that nature, right? It's going to cease, okay? It's going to cease. For the duration, is not specified, all right? But these people are already talking about, which I was watching a video out that already said they did some rioting in Walmart.
Right.
Okay, these people are becoming irate. You see, those intrusive thoughts are starting to come into fruition. They're starting to play out here on the face of the planet Earth, man. Mm-hmm. Okay. These people are talking about looting, robbing, theft, overall anarchy, because they can't get their SNAP benefits, their government assistance. Oh. And when you have an understanding of, the Lord's plan, understanding prophecy, then you will have a good understanding to know that that's the Lord breaking down the pride of what? So-called black woman, man. Okay? And the rest of you tribes too. It says shame is going to cover you. But nevertheless, that's not the topic at hand. It's just understanding, where we stand as, the hopeful elect in this time. Are you going to be in discomfort or in disarray? Because it's you have to pick one of the two, man. All right?
I got a quick one for you.
You got it.
It's the book of 2 Peter. Damn, I just had it. So it was 2 Peter 2 and 12. I want to see if they had a little bit more on it.
Come on, no problem.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 12. It says, "But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak of evil things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption." Simple and plain, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, you want to say something on it?
Yeah, that's plain, because the Lord, speaks as if you have, not the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you consider it as a brute beast. All right, because the wisdom and knowledge and understanding is truly what separates us from every body in the world, But again, it says at the end of verse 12, it says, "Speak of evil things that they shall not understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption." All right, so as the brother was going into, this anarchy, pretty much is, really going to be those survival instincts kicking in for people, who can't feed their families. They tell you that it's a dangerous, animal or person, whatever, when their stomach is touching their back. They bound to do anything chaotic to survive. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, and that brought me back to a point that I was dwelling on, because this particular video derived from a collection of videos that I watched on Instagram throughout the day, at work. And nevertheless, it hit me, maybe a half an hour ago, and I just was thinking, what are these people going to do when you can't go to McDonald's, right? Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, okay? And those are just fast food joints. One would say these people will still get resources. What about the Walmarts? Okay, the Sam's Clubs, the Costco's, all right, Restaurant Depot, Publix, Food Lion, Fiesta, all right, and that's for you. You know, you other Jakes in these different states. Okay, just to name a few. Kroger, right? Shit, the gas stations.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you can't get to these convenience stores, right? Because that's ultimately the only purpose these stores have is convenience. What happens when you can't do that? All right? These are the early stages of JT. Okay? The legislation have been put in place. All right? The proper tactics and support to push forward JT has been put in place, right? You see how easy it is to push forward martial law.
Mm-hmm.
That DJ Donald didn't have to do as much as just lift his finger.
Right.
It wasn't a struggle. It wasn't a battle to declare martial law. All he did was push his pen ever so slightly, and it happened. All right? So these things are not far-fetched, man. You got your everyday Joe Blow American living their lives as if these things could never happen in a million years. All right, when the groundwork has already been laid out, it's been laid out for centuries. This has always been the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but nevertheless, you know, these things are coming upon us, and that brings me back to the title: are you going to be in discomfort or disarray?
Right.
But Baka Shah, do me a favor and grab both of those words in
Any order.
Slacking, bro. What y'all gonna be doing? In any order you would like, brother.
Good.
Slacking.
It's the book. I was about to say it's the book. This array on the online etymology. As a verb, it means to break up military formation. In general sense, throw out of arrangement or into disorder.
You could read it through.
The whole thing right
there? Yeah. All of that.
Put in order, arrange.
No, it says in reverse of.
Oh, kind. It says throw out of arrangement or into disorder.
Mm-hmm.
See this reverse of. Put in order, arrange.
Because the word dis means the opposite of whatever. That's the prefix dis is the opposite of whatever the suffix is. All right. So disarray. Array means to put in order. So this is just the opposite of that, right? It says in a general sense to throw out of arrangement or put in disorder. Okay, there go that word dis again, in disorder. All right. So the everyday life of the average American is a systemic routine, right? Which can be traced back to what? That rat race.
Right.
All right. So humans have a habit of making things the norm. All right, their daily itinerary, for lack of a better words. Right. Jake wake up in the morning. I go to the gas station or get their coffee, whatever it is in their daily lives that's specific to them. It's a routine. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
The average Jake but American has a routine in which they follow, you know, and rarely go off.
Right.
All right. That's the average life of your everyday Jake. So what happens when, all right, the food stamps go out, the lights go out, all right, inflation reaches an all-time high. It puts you in disarray. Okay. And what made me think about the other word, which is discomfort, and I'm gonna get you to get the rest of that. Babaka Shah.
You want to speak on the discomfort or wait till we get that?
Yeah, we'll wait till we get there.
This is disarray as a noun. It says disorder, confusion, condition of being out of regular order.
You see? So understanding that you're out of regular order. Now the average Jake, okay, and real quick, McGrath's precept. All right, the average Jake cannot be out of order for too long. Or else they go back to what this brother brought out. You see, they return back to that natural brute beast state. Yeah, that brute beast behavior, man. You know? Now, real quick, this Isaiah 33:6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay? So understanding that knowledge and wisdom and understanding will be your stability. Okay? Be the thing that's your rock, your anchor. All right? In the times of what? Disarray. You see? That will separate those that the elect from those you know, the elect and those that are the 2/3, man. All right, that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna separate those, man. And so much as well, when we're in those times, it will be a marvel for 2/3 of the nation of Israel to see the elect so calm and understanding of why things are happening the way they're happening, man. Okay, it says that's the strength of our salvation. So that's the first and foremost thing that we're gonna need, man. Is to understand why things are happening the way they're happening. Going back to the premise of this video, man. Are you gonna be in discomfort or disarray? Now, grab that discomfort for me, Babaka Shah. Unless you want to grab a precept real quick.
We can get the word. I gotta find it. This is discomfort as a noun. It says, which one? We just get that?
Yeah.
Misfortune, adversity.
Right. Now jump down to right here. It says from des. Yep.
From discomforter.
Yeah, because going back to how we went into disarray. All right, that's a compound word. This being the prefix, and comfort is the suffix. You see? So anytime you put this in front of something, it disannuls whatever it is that's the prefix that's coming. So like the suffix that's coming after it. All right, or it's the opposite of. It says, see this comforter, to comfort, to solace, to help, to strengthen. Okay, so it's the opposite of all of those things. Now when you go down, it says absence of comfort or pleasure, condition of being uncomfortable. You see? So ultimately, the elect will be in discomfort instead of disarray. We're not going to be confused like the rest of the world, man. Yes, we will be discomforted because we have to live in this world. You see? We all have homes, cars, right? Your homes need what? Power, water, gas. Your cars need what? Gasoline, fuel, right? Oil. You see? We need food, water. All right? We all have families, man. You know? We all need the basic necessities that this place has to offer. All right? But as we dwindle down on the the last few seconds of this wicked ass queendom, these things, these resources will continue to become harder and harder to get, man. Right? Inflation, okay? Shutting down of stores, right? These things are all very real, not possibilities. These things are not up in question, but a matter of when and where. Okay? You have anything?
Yeah, I found the precept.
You got it?
Isaiah 13:11. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man the golden wedge of Ophir. All right, but just backing up what the brothers was saying when he mentioned the, out of this chaos that's going on, and you're going to see the men of the hopeful elect, you know. They're going to be completely calm, throughout the situation, all right? Because we have this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, we have this comfort through the scriptures that the Lord has given us, But, at the beginning in 11, it says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. So again, that's going to be the times of Jacob's trouble, really setting in, where, a lot of people are going to be going through struggle and, not getting any help in any type of way. You got it.
Yeah. Ultimately it's a time of punishment, right? A time of recompense. Okay? And I mentioned the end of in the beginning, as I was talking to a family member a couple hours ago when I got off work. These N-Dubs, and not just the N-Dub, man, but she's the most proud, and she's, everything else follows her, man. Just like the tribe of Judah, man. All right? When you're speaking about Israel, the tribe of Judah is first, and everything else follows suit, man. So the N-Dub is in that position, the same as the so-called black man, right? When they come to wickedness, they're at the forefront. But in like manner, when it comes to righteousness, they're at the forefront too.
Right.
But in this particular case, you have a tool, right? Government assistance has been a tool in elevating the pride of Israel in a whole. Okay, talking about you women, man. It's been a tool, that Esau Edom has used, to put you on a pedestal over the Israelite man. Okay, over all of the 12 tribes, man. You're accused of doing this particular thing, man. To the men of Israel. But this thing is coming to an end. You see? This tool is being taken. It's not even being taken, it's being snatched.
Right.
Because they didn't know that this was coming. And I'm going to let you in on another secret, man. What the fuck the N-Dub gonna do with her last little few stamps? This could happen. This could last for a month, a week, a month, a year, 2 years, right? We still in a government shutdown. And how long it's been? A couple weeks?
Right.
You see? But that just goes to show you how this devil plays, man. He's used you as a pawn, and your time is up. Okay? So now he's snatching away the very things in which gave you the power that you had. Alright? Going back to that Isaiah that brother brought out, said it's going to make a man more valuable than what? A golden wedge of Ophir. You see? Roughly paraphrasing. But nevertheless, now the man is going to be needed again. Yet again. Okay? But the point is, the Lord is going to take that away from you. You see? Do me a favor and grab that what was it? That Isaiah 31 and 1.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31 and 1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord."
That's right. Our people have looked unto what? Unto Esau Edom for help, instead of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Alright? It says, woe. When you go into the word woe, it means destruction. Okay? That's what that word goes back unto. You see? Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. Alright? Those of you that rely on, when I say Esau Edom, I'm actually going into the government, which is the, basically those tentacles, if you will, right? One of those many tools, strong tools that this devil has used to take our people down.
Yep.
All right? If not the strongest. Well, the strongest would be, the gun.
Right.
All right? But he utilizes that through what? Through the government, man. Okay? All of the different legislations, laws, amendments, okay? Things of that nature. He is using these things to weaken us as a people. You see? So nevertheless, and the crazy part is it's not over yet, bro.
Right.
Just because they took those things away, what about public housing? Okay, when it's time to take away that, what happens when, you know, the even public schools, all right, all of these government funded organizations, what happens when he strips away those amenities?
Right.
You know, what happens when he requires something now? Because these people have been getting off with little or nothing, giving forth little or nothing.
Yeah.
All right, that's something, you know, Jake don't understand, that this devil, he requires something. Okay, but yeah, man, and these are the same people who are going to take the RFID microchip. Okay, because they didn't understand that they were dealing with the devil, man. They had no idea that they were literally doing deals with the you know, who the world ignorantly calls, you know, the devil. All right, because they believe that the devil is some sort of spiritual being that's in the center of the earth and is red with a forked tongue and horns and goat legs, man.
Little do you know.
Little do you know, this is the one who you're signing over your kids to.
Yeah.
All right, you're signing into debt before you even have debt.
Yeah.
You know, and the list can go on and on. You're taking his pokies, right? You know,
What's the saying? You know, you hear people say that you was in the bed with the devil.
God.
You know, and that's that's literal in a sense, and you know, what's the other word?
Spiritual.
It's, you know, spiritual in a sense as well. You know, but again, you know, we know from the beginning that, you know, when that serpent, you know, deceived Eve and gave her all of these, you know, thoughts of, you know, you can do this, everything is going to be good. If you have, you know, as long as you stray away from the Lord and so on and so forth, all of that bullshit that he put in, you know, Eve's ear, you know, which leads on to Eve to this day, and which leads on to 2/3 of our people, that they took a bite of that fruit, that doctrine, you know, and they're digesting that, and that's where that confusion is going to set in. You know, they're not going to know what to do once this devil finally pull the sheets, you know, from underneath them.
Ultimately, they have been sustained off of that fruit, all right, which this brother beautifully broke down as what? This doctrine, philosophies, man. That's been their sustenance for their entire lives. So when they're introduced, okay, when this devil removes that mask, like on Scooby-Doo, huh? You know, when you really see who's under that mask, they're going to be taken for a spin, man. You know? They're going to be all fucked up when they see that this has been the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Okay? This is the actual physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. You know? The actual spiritual demon Satan has been working through the so-called white man all this time. You know, all of the benefits have actually been what? I'm not sure what the counterpart of benefits is, but curse. I'm going to say curse, man. You know? But Babaka Shah, could you grab 1 Peter 4:7?
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 7. It says, "But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer."
That's right, man. All right, so, you know, going back into that discomfort, yeah, we're going to be discomforted. All right, we're not going to be comfortable anymore, man. We're sitting in the cool of our homes. We're not in the elements. We're not being stricken with thirst or hunger, okay? But those things will come. And guess what? The Lord did promise us that he will feed his prophets in that day. All right, but what? It's going to be discomfort involved. All right, because we still have to be tried and tested. You see, we have not entered into that trial period yet, man. We've been getting I'm gonna say this: we've been getting built up to resist that great day of trial, man. All right, that's gonna be a great day, man. And I don't mean great as in pleasant. You see, It's gonna come a day when each and every one of us, all right, are gonna be tried, all right, with that MOTB.
Right.
Okay? The comforts are being stripped away slowly but surely. You see?
Yeah, just backing you up. Jake never experienced that yet, when it comes to the point that, your currency is not going to be, is useless. It's going to be useless at the point if you're not down with the system. All right? So basically, if you're not logged in, or if you don't have some type of, this is me speaking as a man, don't really know how it's going to operate fully.
Right.
But if you don't have this type of account to allow them to know that you have got that CHIP in you,
right,
then your bank account, your funds is going to be, irrelevant. And that's the ultimate thing of now you're thinking, I don't have any money. What can I do? How can I get in, survive? And that's going to cause, just mass confusion.
Yeah. And ultimately, when you think about it, because it happened with the C, right? The 2020. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
All right. I remember they rolled it out at work. And hey, they came there. The safety guy came. He said, "Does everybody have, the pokey?"
Mm-hmm.
I just so happened, I'm just starting to come around. I had been around for a couple weeks and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
When they came up and they said that, I didn't even sign my name on the daily check-in. They say that's what's going. I said that's what's going on, and I politely took my helmet, my vest, and went back to my vehicle, man.
Right.
And they ended up calling me back. It was like, you don't really have to take it and things of that nature, but you have instances and cases, where Jake couldn't go back to work. Jake couldn't go and work for their daily bread.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You couldn't come back to work unless you had evidence that you
took it. You had what? The fake V cards, the fake pokey cards, things of that nature. So we're coming into those times, man, where the end is at hand. All right. You got to have an understanding of what's going on. All right. You have to be well rooted and grounded, which we did a video on that, man. All right. With this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because times are coming in which mass confusion will take the people over, man. These people will need answers, because the one that has been feeding them answers is about to flip the script.
Right.
He's going to say, no, I never told you that.
Right.
When clearly these people have not read between the fine lines.
Right.
All right? Because that's ultimately what it is. These people have been wooed to sleep and lulled to sleep with a deception. Yeah. And this devil is going to reveal himself as the devil. All right? And there's more precepts, but I think the point being made, I'm going to grab this one last pre, bro.
Yeah.
All right? This is the book of Revelations, chapter 12 and 17, and it reads, it says, the dragon was wrought with the woman and went to make war with the remnant. Salakia, that's not it. That is not it, Salakia. Verse 12, Revelations 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein, Salakia, that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. All right? Yeah, and there goes that word woe again. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth, man. All right? The inhabitants include what? The elect and the 2/3 and the heathen. Okay? We're coming into some times in which the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, speaks about, all right, that the earth had never seen before. Mm-hmm. You see? But this devil, he understands that there's a short time. Okay, so he's coming down. He's finna lay the gavel down, man.
All right.
He coming down hard. Okay? But nevertheless, all right, hey, choose you this day. Which you gonna be in discomfort or in disarray, man? You have anything you want to say?
No, you said it all.
Khan. All right, so prior to getting out of here, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Ophilat. Shalom.
Shalom.